宗隆の衝撃的な活躍が大きく取り上げられた。開幕直後に0勝3敗、1勝5敗と苦しんだチームは、ここに来て明らかな変化を見せている。選球眼の向上、走塁の改善、守備と投手陣の安定、その全てが噛み合い始めた。そして中心にいるのが村上宗隆だ。4回裏、チェンジアップに対し片手に近い形で放った一撃は、約415フィートの本塁打。まさに、ムネマニアと呼ばれるにふさわしい異次元の打撃だった。これで3、4月は11本塁打となり、ポール・コネルコの球団記録に並び、MLB 本塁打ランキングでもトップタイに浮上した。一部では、速球に弱い、との声もあるが、専門家は、メジャーで結果を出している事実こそが全て、と評価。試合後、指揮官は、最後まで戦う姿勢がチームのアイデンティティ、と語り、村上も、ファンの期待に応えたい、と笑顔を見せた。ホワイトソックス再生の象徴となりつつある村上宗隆、その進化から目が離せない。この後は専門家の詳細分析とインタビュー映像をお届けする。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Post-game live here with the legend, Ozzie, the one and only Gordon Beckham.
Yes. Welcome back, brother.
I am Chuck Garfien. It's great to have you here, Gordon. Remember when the White Sox started 0-3 and 1-5? I don't. I have chosen not to remember that. The point I'm trying to make is ever since they started 1-5, we are seeing a different team, a better team take the field every day, and it's been fun to see.
Let me carry the water for them.
Wait. I thought I'm the water carrier.
I'm taking over for you, please. The weather to me, was affecting these people.
You think?
I played down there.
I know, but it wasn't affecting the other team?
Too bad.
Okay.
But they did. When you go down there, I think we say it very clear. Hopefully, I remember you saying that hopefully when the weather get better, the team got better. Okay? Now, why they look better is a team. They play well, very good baseball. They execute well, and they're not chasing the pitches they were chasing back in the days.
Yeah,
back in the day,
strikeouts are
long
going
time
down.
ago.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the ball clubs is a lot better, look a lot better right now.
Yeah, for me, it's you have a lot of young guys that are trying to prove themselves at a big league level, and when they get out there to start the season, they want to start hot. They want to show everybody why the White Sox have them on the roster to start the season. You saw that with Pereira. You saw that with some of the other young guys. And when you have that kind of extra excitement to the season, you don't play baseball very well. I think, I always used to think if I'm trying, I'm not playing very well. It's just about going out there and being natural, letting yourself do what you want to do. Those guys were trying early, and they figured something out, and that's just settling into the season. They're young. They're trying to prove themselves. They're settling into the season, and they're starting to look really good.
The reason they are in the big league level because they have a potential. They have everything. God forbid is a good player. Then when you get to this level, it's about how you're going to handle it, how you're going to put the pressure on, how you're not going to go back to the minor league. The soon you start taking 0 for 5 and you are Acuna, you are, who else out there, Pereira, you are the kids, you're thinking like, oh my God, I need a hit tomorrow. I need to get a hit. Why? Because I don't want to get back to the minor league. Dang, every time go backwards. You got to go there and say, you know what, I got to play. I'm here for a reason. Hopefully everything get over with.
All right, so you said the strikeouts are going down. Pop quiz. How many strikeouts do the White Sox have offensively here tonight?
0.
0? You don't think they struck out
wait
at
a
all?
minute. Strike out?
How many times did White Sox batters strike out here tonight?
4.
3. They struck out 3 times. They had 5 walks.
There you go.
Now, granted, were they facing some of the best pitching in baseball? No, but there's still major leaguers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They're doing it.
Yes.
They're finding a way to win when they should find a way to win. They did that tonight.
Yes.
I mean, that's really the long and the short of it.
It's one thing I respect the people's opinions, but always it's something negative. Oh, they're facing that team. They're looking.
Murakami hasn't hit over
95.
Oh
my God. Yeah, he never hit. Casey.
Yeah,
Sean Casey. Couple
we
days
need to
ago.
get Sean Casey on this show.
No, I'm not going to criticize him because he got his own opinion. I respect that. But I want to say he never faced that guy. Well, the reason we play in the big league, Casey, because we hitting poor pitching too. Pretty myself. Then anyway, but the way they play right now, the way they're pitching, it seems like everything is stick together. And I want today's game. I'm very excited, very happy because they say, oh, they play well in the road trip. When they come home, they've got this ball game was very, very good ball game.
They've also won 2 games in a row that were very close in the 9th inning. I think that's a big confidence
Especially
booster
compared
for them.
to last year.
Yes, I felt like we always lost those games, and they've come out and they're starting to win some of those games. Gives them some confidence early. I love it.
Last year, after the 7th inning, game's over. No matter we all by 2 or we down by 2, it was over. We don't know now. We'll start picking up who's closing today, who is the, you know what I mean? This is every day was different, and all of a sudden those guys. Well, you know what? Just easy, man. Just come here and watch those guys play. Win or loss, they're playing the game right.
Yeah,
You know, they run
watch.
the base right way.
Yeah.
They go after. They make the plays. You know what I see, I like it.
Let's show you how it happened. You guys ready for some Mune mania?
Let's do it.
We're living it. We're breathing it. We're seeing it. Murakami mania. He homered in 5 straight games during the road trip. He came back home tonight. Our Prebbage and memorable moment. Bottom of the 4th. This is a changeup. I don't recall any White Sox players just doing this on a consistent basis, just flicking the bat at the ball,
good.
and it goes over the fence. I mean, how did he do this? He's done this now twice.
Oh my God!
On a changeup. If it's a fastball, okay, maybe because of the velocity.
He hit it with one hand.
Yeah, and that was a changeup.
Look, he hit it. He hits it with one hand.
But that's easy. Look at what his head was on the ball. He finished up the swing.
Yeah.
The ball hit the barrel, but he not stopped there. He finished it up. And we say early, we say opening day. I never see this kid playing. We say opening day. This guy, he's going to hit a lot of home runs. The rest of the thing, I don't know what he's going to do.
All right, that went 415 feet, by the way. He's now tied with Yordan Alvarez for the major league lead in home runs. The 11 home runs in March and April for him, and there's still more games to go. Ties Mune with Paul Konerko for the most home runs in White Sox history. What's the date today? It's April 24th. He's going to blow by that.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
He's
got 5 or 6 more games maybe, and he's got the most home runs in White Sox history.
What year was that?
Tomorrow.
What year was that? 2012?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
By the way,
I'm not sure.
tomorrow
PK got off to a
No,
hot
not
start.
2012. That was his last year, I think. So
No, it wasn't.
2012.
He got off to a hot start where he hit a ton of homers.
Or was it last year? No, his last year was not 2012. I don't
No,
remember.
it was 14.
Okay. Mune, he has 23 hits. 11 are homers, 12 are singles. We've talked a lot about it. What do you think about that? Being a three outcome player like Schwarber.
Yeah, I don't really we talked a little bit about it on the broadcast last week. I don't really understand the excitement of that. I mean, I kind of get it. But ultimately, there's going to be times where you're hitting homers and there's going to be times where he's hitting doubles. I remember you go through stretches. Now, he's a different hitter than me and Ozzy was, and he is a different hitter. But ultimately, you go through these stretches where the ball leaves the yard, and it leaves it a lot. And then all of a sudden, he's going to go through a stretch where he's not getting underneath that ball and driving it, but he's getting around it and he's hooking some into the right field corner. So this kind of goes in cycles. I could care less if he hits 0 doubles. I mean, if he keeps hitting homers, who cares?
Yeah.
He's fun to watch, and he has a good process, and that process is playing out at a major league level. I don't care what who he's facing or whatnot. Like, he's doing it. That's what everybody's like. Well, he's not facing this. It's like, it doesn't matter. He's doing it.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it, all 2 people in Major League Baseball, the genius out there, facing who?
Yeah.
Clemens is dead. I said that yesterday. Big Unit is dead. You're facing the guys in the big league.
Yeah.
Who are we going to face? How many great pitchers are there? They are good pitching in the big league. Yes, they are. If facing, we have to face. By the way, it's like Milwaukee, good pitching.
Yeah.
Then went to Miami.
You feast when you feast.
That's
I mean,
it.
it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to feast on some of the guys that you should be, and he's going to get somebody that's prime time.
He will get someone big.
Otani just face, every day he's face the number 1 guy.
No, he's hitting him off of everybody.
That's why when people say that, the reason like Bobby Cox say, beat the crap on the mediocres one and fight against the good one.
Right. All right. By the way, Konerko hit those home runs, those 11 home runs, 2010. 2010.
Knew it was. He got off.
That was
hot.
the year. They told me in my
I
ear.
still got fired to that.
All right. So the Nationals came back in this game. and they, or I should say, came right back in this game on 2 fluky runs. We're going to show you how this happened, and then we'll get into how the White Sox came back and won this one. So it's the top of the 5th. The men on first and third, nobody out. The Nats try to bunt. Caro picks off Nasim Nunez. This was a nice defensive play by the White Sox here.
Just, somebody made that mistake out there. I don't know. I don't think they're going to say squeeze play with first and third. I think it was very, very bad base running by the third base runner because I don't know exactly. They might want a safety squeeze. I don't think the squeeze could be on.
All right, Carroll, catcher's interference on an 0-2 count.
Yeah, I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate this call. I mean, it's just such a weird call, right? He's trying to get the ball back into the zone, and after the fact, the guy's bat hits his glove. I don't like that.
All right. That's a terrible call. Why? Because already the swing is almost done. You know what I mean? And when he should do that, and that one is swing.
All right, yeah, they said he did not. They said he did not swing, so that drove in a run, if you want to call it drove in a run, and then this is a slow roller. They tried for the double play, a run scores. So the Nationals scored 2 runs on all that.
That's terrible. By the way, because you know, when you go to the ball and you hit the bat, it's different. When you catching the ball and all the song after he catches the ball,
that should be dead.
Yeah, but the bat make contact with the catcher, and all the song. Never mind.
Fired up.
That's the reason they have. Next couple of years, we're going to have Arturito. You know Arturito?
R2D2.
The little guy from
he's going to be the umpire behind home plate.
Arturito?
R2D2 from Star Wars.
Star Wars. Maybe Arturito will be there. Because those kind of call ruining the games.
But you know what? With replay, though, that should be reviewable. Although, you know what? They did look, the White Sox did look to see if they could review it, and they were like, no, we're not going to review that. I don't know what the reasoning behind it is.
It's just a terrible call.
By the way,
you can't give that to him.
This, they hit you, they hit the front, but not when you go back, you hit the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, really? Well,
it's hard to even understand how that happened like that, right? I mean, because what's to stop us from check swinging like that and then just touching, acting like we're not doing and touching his glove and then getting to first base? It's they need to look at that. MLB needs to look at that. That should not be.
It's a bad call. I know you guys watch it down in the clubhouse right now.
All right.
Well, it was back and forth all game, but how much can you appreciate the way the guys fought to the finish here?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, just continuing to battle, continue to fight, you know, defensively, on the mound, and at the plate, obviously. So, nice team win.
You mentioned on the mound. What did you see from Eric Fedde here tonight?
Oh, he was great. You know, we wanted to attack some of these guys with spin. Did a great job of, you know, continuing to pound the zone with his spin and gave us a chance to win the game.
I know you said you're running out of things to say about Mune, but just watching him round the bases and just coming into the dugout, what's that like for you just to see the way he's not only embracing this team, but this city?
Well, it's just awesome to have a guy like that can do that and, you know, out front of that pitch and is still able to get it out. He's a special player, and, yeah, we're really excited that he's on our team.
I know you were talking about I talked to Antonacci about, he said this type of baseball, and he said this is White Sox branded baseball. Is this what you pictured when you think of White Sox and the type of game that you guys want to play?
Yeah, just continuing to battle. You know, we talked about it coming into this series. You know, we're not going to be out of any of these games. They have a really good offense. We have a good offense, good pitching staff, and so we just got to keep battling. And it's nice to see those guys kind of take to that identity and go do it on the field.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
On the bases after your homer, and you just seemed like you were really embracing the moment, your teammates, the city. Just how has that kind of grown?
ホームランを打たれた時にベースを回っている時にすごく観客の前といいますかファンの皆さんの前でそれをすごい染み込ませている感じが、様子が見えたんですけども、それについてはいかがでしょうか。
でもたくさん大きな声援いただいてたので、すごく嬉しかったですね。
The fans were giving a lot of you know, cheers and a lot of support from the crowd. So I was very, very happy that I was able to get one off in the state.
What is your reaction even when you were introduced, the crowd was loud behind you? They gave you an ovation when you first came up there. How do you kind of react to that? How much you resonated with them already?
打席についた時にかなり声援が大きかったかなと思いますけれども、それについてはどう思われますか。
いやもう一緒ですね。すごく嬉しかったですね。期待に応えたかったです。はい。
I just wanted to, you know, live up to the expectations, you know, try to get something back to the fans, and I'm really happy that I was able to do that.
This stretch of 6 homers in 7 games has moved you to a tie from the Major League Lead. Have you been this? I take it you've been this hot before in Japan, or is this 6 and 7 even good by your standards from Japan?
7試合の中で6ホームランというところはメジャーリーグの中でもトップの記録になっているんですけれども、日本の中でもそういった成績を残したことなどはございましたか？
まあ一応5打席連続ホームラン打ったことあるんで、日本だとはい。
In Japan, I hit 5 in a row at bats, 5 at bats in a row. So, yeah, I got some records under me.
Okay, that wins. Yeah, that wins.
Yeah.
Tying for the major league lead right now. I mean, is that just a stat that doesn't really matter?
今現在ホームラン数でいくとメジャーリーグで1位同率になっていますが、それに関してはどう思いますでしょうか？
まあまだ始まったばかりですし、残りまだ140試合ぐらいあるので、終わった時にまあなんとかいい成績をこう残せればなと思うんですけど。
It's still a long season, so when I end the season, look back, I hope there's many home runs under my belt. Yeah.
What do you hope this league has learned about you so far?
今村上選手とってこの他の球団から見て村上選手はどのような選手に映っていると思いますか？
いやどうですかね。あんま分かんないです。
I'm not really sure about that, but yeah.
Let's say your first 5 home runs were all on fastballs, and then across the road trip, you're being able to stay back on a lot of breaking balls, and tonight another changeup. Do you feel like you put yourself in a better position mechanically to be able to stay back on these slower pitches and hang with them?
最初の5つのホームランは全て直球だったんですけど、それ以降に関しては変化球のホームランも増えてきたという中で、変化球に対する対応の方は、いかがでしょうか？
まあ徐々にですけど、良くなってきていると思いますし、まだまだ改善するところもたくさんあるので、もっともっとこう多分いろんなピッチャーが来て、いろんなことで成長できると思うので、もっとアンテナを張って成長していければなと思います。
I'm still getting better, obviously getting better reading and breaking balls, but obviously there's a lot more space for improvement. And when there's a variety of pitchers that are still new coming into my way, I still need to keep analyzing and still, keep at it. So I'll try to do my best onwards as well.
How much video work do you do before games, and how essential is that to your success?
試合前にどれぐらい映像、他のピッチャーの映像などを見られます。それがどれぐらい村上選手にとって重要な部分でしょう。ピッチャーについてですね。
いやすごく、先発ピッチャーが前から分かってますし、そこではしっかり見ますし、トラジェクトもあったりとか、八木さんがデータを出してくれるので、それを見て、やってます。
So, I see a lot of videos where the starting pitchers as well as relievers. I go into Traject as well, and Yagi-san does help me with the analyze as well. So I try to get as much as possible before the bats so that I can go in smoothly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because it seems Munetaka Murakami was worth 2 years and $34 million. What did the rest of the league not see? Because the White Sox, we spoke to Chris Getz, Jared, at the GM, and he said, hey, suddenly he was there for us. Like, what did the rest of the league miss on this guy?
So I go back to the scouting reports that Shohei Ohtani had coming out before he signed with the Angels, and you had the report saying, this guy, yeah, he can pitch, but it's really a high school level bat. And it's like, okay, well, now he's one of the most prolific hitters in Major League Baseball history. I think it kind of got around that, Murakami wasn't able to hit high velocity. And then it just became a thing that scared away general managers. But they weren't asking themselves the question of, what does that look like if he has the opportunity to adjust to high velocity? When he's playing in Japan, he's not regularly seeing 97, 98, 99. So are you going to really hold that against him that he can't do it? Or maybe he just hasn't been afforded the opportunity to adjust to high velocity.
Right.
But now, when you're looking at this player and everything that comes along with it, there's a lot of swing and miss. There's a lot of strikeouts there. Fine. But there's still... He's barreling the ball better than everyone. He's hitting the ball with an exit velocity that's better than everyone. He's taking his walks, which is excellent, because now if I look at a guy, of course, if I understand that I'm getting power, I know I'm getting swing and miss. But what I need to know is, am I getting plate patience? Am I getting walks? Is he up there just hacking, or am I getting on base? And you're getting literally all of that with Murakami. I don't know what general managers didn't see with this guy, but what a signing for the Chicago White Sox.
No doubt. By the way, Jared, you said something very smart analytically there, because, we do analytics on this show, and we get painted with a broad brush, right? But you have to understand not just that there's data. Where did the data come from? What's setting up that data? Right, and you brought up a perfect point. Hey, go a level deeper on that. He can't do this. Oh yeah, are you sure? Let's examine where the numbers come from.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。